Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
Yeah, that was good time right there.
Wow, well, welcome everybody. If you are still on 99.1 KWYW, you're listening to a new game after that great, thrilling double overtime victory for the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs over the Big Piney Lady Punchers. That was a game for the ages, and boy, those final two overtimes, they really made it an even more interesting game than it was all game long. I am Sean O'Brate, your WYO Today sports director, here with Cody Beers, one of the best broadcasters in the state of Wyoming. He's going up for an award for it soon, actually. I won't jinx you, but I think you got it in the bag. And
actually, that award's been named, and it goes to the Wheatland broadcaster. And
oh, wow.
He's the real deal. He's the real deal, and well, I'm just happy to be mentioned with all the greats in Wyoming. And, you know, we get an opportunity here at the Wind River Radio Network to call some great games, and we're glad to have you, Sean O'Brate.
Well, I appreciate that. If they had just listened to the game you had just called, maybe it would have gone a little differently. We've had to have an expedited pregame show, thanks to Hampton Inn and Suites for the pregame show. As the last game ended so late, this game was actually supposed to start about 45 minutes ago, and so they've kind of hurried it up here. I'm going to give you some starting lineups here, brought to you by Sutherland's, your home improvement store in Riverton. For St. Stephen's, they won a big game yesterday over Rocky Mountain. They were down by 9 at halftime. They are starting Caden Lone Dog, who averages 14.4 points per game. Stefan Lone Dog at 9.6 points per game. Lawrence Jenkins with 11.7 points per game. Cyrus Tyndall with 9.1 points per game. And Tyron Ridgely, their leading scorer, with 16.1 points per game. On the other side of the ball, Shoshoni had a 20-point win over the Wyoming Indian Chiefs yesterday. Just an absolute domination on the court, on defense, on offense. And today they are going to be starting the same lineup of Alex Mills, who's averaging 17.5 points per game. Aiden Jarvis at 2.6 points per game. Trey Fike with 19.9 points per game. Braxton Mills at 5.3, and Cannon Campbell with 3.6. I was lucky enough to call St. Stephen's yesterday. Cody, you were lucky enough to call Shoshoni yesterday. This is going to be a bloodbath, my man.
Yeah, Shoshoni with a big win yesterday over the Chiefs by 20. St. Stephen's by 5 over the Rocky Mountain Grizz. This St. Stephen's team, interestingly, stat of the day, comes in 4-13 overall.
I did the numbers. It's actually 6-11.
Okay, 6-11 overall. I just took it off Wild Preps, but 6-11 overall. They've got a chance to play for a regional championship.
And don't forget, these two teams met earlier this month, and it was a close game. Shoshoni won 73-71. I imagine today is going to be just as close, if not closer. I'm not hoping for another double overtime game because I'd like to get to bed at some point, but I can see it happening with these two teams. The way they play is very similar. And Cody, we're going to have this quick pregame be over with, but this game, what are you looking for from Shoshoni, from St. Stephen's?
Well, Mills and Fike are going to have to score, and on the other end, St. Stephen's is going to have to minimize turnovers. This is a big stage for an Eagles team without a whole lot of experience, and so it'll be fun. Lawrence Jenkins, the coach of St. Stephen's, and Jonathan Wakeland, the coach for Shoshoni. It'll be a good one, and to bring you the call, the sports director of the Wind River Radio Network, Sean O'Brate.
Thank you very much, Cody. The tip goes to St. Stephen's in their white uniforms with red and black stripes. They're moving right to left on your radio dial. Ball goes to Stefan Lone Dog, now back out to the top to Tyron Ridgely. Ridgely between his legs. He's going to put up a three from the top of the key. No good. Rebounded, tipped around by Shoshoni. Shoshoni in their Definitely. St. Stephen plays fast. Alex Mills off the right side. Wing for three, no good. Rebounded by Quentin Clark. He drives the baseline, tries to give it back out. Now Braxton Mills puts up a little shot from 5 feet out.
That's Trey Fike.
Trey Fike, actually. I apologize. Still getting used to these numbers here. It's hard to see without my glasses.
Fike is lethal from about 10 feet in.
Yeah, you saw it yesterday. He had 23 points in the win over Wyoming Indian. And now Wyoming Indians' rival, St. Stephen's, they drive inside. Stephon Lone Dog tries to get a pass between two Shoshone players. No good. Bounces off of one of them. So it'll be Angel Monroe inbounding underneath the basket. And he takes almost 5 seconds. That was definitely almost 5 seconds. Gets it inside to Stephon Lone Dog. He puts back to the three-point land. No good. And Angel Monroe trying to get up on the rebound. A foul is called. Foul on number 5. That's Trey Fike's second.
That's a big foul on Trey Fike. Winner of this game moves on, plays Wind River. Loser plays Kemmer at 9:30 tomorrow morning.
Again, we will have all Fremont County team games at the 2A regional tournament. Wow, Tyron Ridgely, nice move inside, gets it into Angel Monroe, and that's Monroe's first points. Great assist by Tyron Ridgely. As I was saying, we will have all games tomorrow from the middle school and high school. Cody and I are going to be calling all day like we have today. Trey Fike, nice move to get to the baseline. He gets stopped, though. Has to give it back out to Aiden Jarvis. He gets the ball stolen away, and a quick outlet pass to Caden Lone Dog leads to an easy 2. Lone Dog with 5 points already.
Timeout Shoshone. 3:06 to play. It's St. Stephen's 11, Shoshone 4.
A well-drawn-up game plan can be the difference between wins and losses. The same can be said about your mental health. Making a game plan to talk to your children can make a huge impact on them and help make them feel supported and listened to. The good news is, this winning game plan isn't hard to implement. All it takes is you starting the conversation and being ready to talk. If you need helpful resources and tools, you can visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
Welcome back, 11-4 here in the opening quarter. St. Stephen's bringing it to Shoshone. They already got Trey Fike in a little bit of foul trouble. Lawrence Jenkins, though, for St. Stephen's also has 2 fouls like Fike does. Fike not on the court. I don't see him. Cannon Campbell looks like he got back out, though. Cannon Campbell left with an injury just a little bit earlier. He's back on the court. Alex Mills on the left wing, far side. Tries to dribble inside. Nice pass on the baseline to Braxton Mills, and that shot is up and good. Great feed by Alex to Braxton, and now it's an 11-6 lead, 2:40 to go. Caden Lone Dog dribbles, tries to penetrate, gets it back out. Three-pointer, no good, rebounded by Angel Monroe, and he put up a wild shot just to make sure he didn't step out of bounds. Ends up getting the turnover anyway as Shoshone forced him to put up that wild shot, and now Shoshone going to inbound it. Down 5 with 2.5 minutes to go in this quarter. Stephon Lone Dog playing sticky on Alex Mills. Alex Mills now out to the left wing to Jarvis. Jarvis now to Clark at the top of the key. He has to get it to Mills. Alex going to be going for 3. Nothing but net at the bottom. And it's no good. Rebounded by St. Stephen's after a few different hands touch it. It's going to be a held ball, and that's Shoshone possession.
As Angel Monroe right there tying up Aiden Jarvis.
Aiden Monroe had an up and down day yesterday. He got a intentional foul, led to him going to the bench. Inbound pass going to Braxton Mills. Now inside to Quentin Clark. Holds it in the air for a while and shoots it. No good. Wonder if the quick release would have gotten it up there any faster. Tyron Ridgely drives coast to coast. He gets it back out to 23, Cyrus Tyndall, and he traveled on that call.
1:59 to play first quarter. Good up and down basketball. It's going to be a test to see who's in better shape. These teams out, they're running.
Now one of the best players of all day yesterday, Stephen Lone Dog, coming in. He averages 5.8 points per game, but he had a heck of a game yesterday. He's now in for, I didn't see who came out. It looked like Cyrus Tyndall. Alex Mills passes it over. He gets a 3-point shot, and that's good. Alex Mills from the left wing, and now he has 5.
Silky smooth, Alex Mills. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Alex Mills had that shot open to Weiss now, and he got that one finally. Caden Lone Dog directing traffic, tries to get the pick and roll. He goes up against Braxton Mills, tries to get inside, almost loses the ball, and now does. Last touch by St. Stephen's. Their second turnover of the quarter. Shoshone has 3. Shoshone's Braxton Mills going to inbound it now. Full court pressure by at least Stefan Lone Dog. Man press gets over, and now wide open on the left wing for 3, and that's good. Rolls around.
Aiden Jarvis.
That's Jarvis's first points of the game. He was left wide open in that corner on the far side. Now Ridgely at the top of the key as Shoshone goes up 12-11. And this shot goes up, no good. Rebounded by St. Stephen's. Gets it back out. Stefan Lone Dog for 3 now. Off the front of the iron, also no good. Rebounded by Caden Lone Dog out of the top of the key. Great offensive rebounding yesterday. It's looking the same. 50 seconds to go. Lone Dog drives inside, puts up a wild, looks like a sky hook almost. No good. Rebounded by Alex Mills. Gets it off to Cannon Campbell. Mills now on the right wing, drives inside, and he turns it over. Puts it off the foot of a St. Stephen's player. Stefan Lone Dog gets the ball now inside to Caden, and now inside to Angel Monroe. Puts up a shot between 3 players, and that's good. Angel Monroe with the tough shot there. Makes it 13-12. 20 seconds to go. Looks like Shoshone might try and take this last shot of the first quarter. Mills being double teamed, going back and forth with Stefan Lone Dog and Caden Lone Dog. 10 seconds to go. He drives around, gets the look he wants. He gets inside the paint, puts up a shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, 4 seconds to go. Gets out to three-point land, cross-court pass to Jarvis. No good on that final shot. And after one, we knew it was going to be a close game, but it is close. It's 13-12. St. Stephen's. We'll be back after this on 99.1 KWYW.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing.
Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Indian Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stands.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied.
I appreciate that. And Cody Beers, thank you. And now number 23, Cyrus Tyndall back in the game for St. Stephen's. Gets it off to Tyron Ridgely at the top of the key. Over to Stefan. Now back and forth around the key to Ridgely. And then inside to Stephen Lone Dog. Now Tyron Ridgely with a long 2. No good with the putback, though. Jenkins, man. He's a big boy, and that was the first points of the second quarter. Jenkins makes it a 15-12 ball game. St. Stephen's on top of Shoshone. Alex Mills, nice inside pass to Quentin Clark. No one blocking him inside. Quentin Clark streaked to an easy layup there, and it's 15-14. Tyron Ridgely dribbles across the timeline. He's facing a Shoshone. Alex Mills, now all 3 players go at him. He drives inside, puts up a shot, no good. And then pretty violent foul there. They're going to call it a held ball. Tyron Ridgely grabbed it on top of Quentin Clark as he had it and drug Clark to the ground. Coach Wakeland kind of mad, but
well, the problem is we've had games that have been called really tight, and then games where they're not blowing the whistle, and that's one of these games. It's going to be physical.
Mills on the right wing near side gives it off to Trey Fike, who puts up a 3, and that's good. From the top of the key, Trey Fike now with 5 points. Number 5 with 5. He gives Shoshone the lead back, 17-15. And now Tyndall over to Stefan. Now back out to Ridgely at the top of the key. He's going up against Fike. Spin move. A lot of bodies hit the ground. They're going to call that a player control foul. Tyron Ridgely spun and ran directly into 2 Shoshone players. And that is Ridgely's first personal foul. There's 5 on St. Stephen's, just 3 for Shoshone. 6:40 to go in the second quarter. 17-15, Shoshone with the ball. Alex Mills crosses the timeline going up against Tyndall. Little behind the back action. Now he loses the dribble. He gets it back, though. He drives inside, tries to penetrate, puts up a shot, gets his shot blocked. but they're going to call a foul first. Did they call that on Tyndall? They did. Tyndall with his first foul. And that's a shooting foul. Lawrence Jenkins got the block, but it looked like Cyrus Tyndall had some contact with Alex Mills beforehand. His first free throw up in nothing but net.
Alex Mills looks a bit tired.
After yesterday, I'm not surprised. They did have a little bit of an earlier game.
Overtime win.
Yeah, St. Stephen's. No, they played Wyoming Indian.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
They had a 20-point win.
Too many overtimes.
We did just have one of the best overtime games I've seen with double overtime in the Lady Chiefs. Tyron Ridgely drives inside, gets it off to Lawrence Jenkins. Jenkins with a little 5-foot floater, and that's good. That's where Jenkins' bread and butter was yesterday, the little turnaround from right outside the paint. Alex Mills up 2, gives it off to Trey Fike on the right corner, near side. He drives the baseline, puts up a reverse layup, no good. Rebounded by Ridgely, Tyron Ridgely, and the cross-court pass, no good. Turnover, and that was stolen by 15 Braxton Mills, and he gets it inside to Quentin Clark, who puts up a layup, and it's good. The lead is now 5 for Shoshone. I'm sorry, 4, bad math, 21-17. Tyndall almost loses the ball, gets it out to Tyron Ridgely for 3, no good. Rebounded as they were falling with St. Stephen's and gets into Shoshone, and Shoshone smartly calls a timeout. Lawrence Jenkins getting up a little gingerly here.
Yeah, turned his ankle.
He did.
And he'll walk it off.
And I guess no timeout. They were just calling that the ball was Shoshone's. So Alex Mills inbounds it, gets it back to himself. 5:30 to go in the second quarter, crosses the timeline. He drives straight to the lane, puts up a shot, and blocked out of bounds by Tyron Ridgely. They give each other a little high five there.
They're letting him mix it up in this game.
They are, and I think it depends on which ref is under the basket at what time. Alex Mills gets the ball inside to Fike under the paint. After almost losing it, gets it blocked as he goes up. And Tyron Ridgely with the ball when he comes down.
Ouch.
And a foul going to be called on number 5, Trey Fike. Boy, that's his third, and we're not even halfway into the second quarter. Fike had 23 points yesterday. He's going to have to come out now. Aiden Jarvis comes in for Fike.
That's a huge foul on Trey Fike.
Huge.
5:17 mark.
Yeah, huge, and that could be a turning point for St. Stephen's as they dribble across the half-court logo here at Riverton High School. Wolverine Gymnasium packed to the gills with St. Stephen's fans, a little bit of Wyoming Indian fans left over as well.
And Shoshone fans.
And Shoshone, obviously. Steven Lone Dog gets it off to Tyndall on the right wing. He gets it inside to Ridgely, goes up against 2 players. No good from his layup, but rebounded by Steven. He puts up a shot, no good, gets his own rebound, and now goes for the putback, and now that one's good. Steven Lone Dog with his first points of the game. Long football pass down to Quentin. I'm sorry, that's Aiden Jarvis underneath the basket. No good, rolled off the iron. Looked good, so no Shoshone players really jumped for the rebound. St. Stephen's gets it, 4:30 to go, only down by 2. Steven Lone Dog over to Lawrence Jenkins for 3 from the wing, no good. And Jenkins' shot from the left side bounces out, and it's Shoshone's ball. Almost at the halfway mark of this second quarter, Mills gets tied up outside the key, gets it off to Quentin Clark at the top. He finally picks up his dribble, goes around, gets it to Jarvis. Jarvis back out to Braxton. Braxton, little bounce pass to Cannon Campbell at the free throw line. He doesn't know what to do with it. He's turning around, gets it back to Jarvis. Jarvis drives inside the paint. Now back out to Braxton Mills for 3, no good. And Cannon Campbell tries to save it from going out of bounds. Oh, they're going to call that last touch by St. Stephen's.
They're talking it over.
They are, and they're going to change their mind. And the fans at St. Stephen's obviously making their voices heard right by where it went out of bounds. 21-19, 3:54 to go in the second quarter. They're pushing the envelope a little as Tyndall runs quickly, gets it off to Jenkins inside. He puts up a shot and one. His arm was swatted by number 2, Aiden Jarvis. That is number 2, yes, okay. Jarvis, his second. And the old-fashioned three-point play available for Lawrence Jenkins. That would be his 9th point. It's up and it's good. And that breaks the tiebreaker, and it's now 22-21 St. Stephen's.
That's 5 points in a row for St. Stephen's.
Yeah, the momentum is definitely in their favor as Fike has left the game. Alex Mills back out after trying to penetrate. He gets the ball back on the left wing. Now he tries to penetrate again, goes in, a little 3-foot floater, no good. Crazy rebound there by Ridgely as he goes around, gets it off to Caden Lone Dog. Lone Dog fakes out, gets it off to Steven Lone Dog for 3, no good. And an over the back on Lawrence Jenkins on the rebound. That's Jenkins' third. So not only is Fike in foul trouble, but Lawrence Jenkins, who averages 11.7 points per game, he is also going to be in foul trouble with 3.
They're a completely different team when Lawrence Jenkins is on the floor.
They really are. And that foul is number 7 for St. Stephen's, meaning 1-and-1s are going to be coming for Shoshone. 3:19 to go. They're going to have 1-and-1s for the rest of this, and Jenkins going to take a seat, replaced by Terrell Jenkins. So Lawrence replaced by Terrell as Braxton Mills goes to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Shot is up, and it's good. Mills now with 3 points in the game, looking for number 4 to break the tiebreaker at 22. Shot is up, and off the front iron, no good. Rebounded by Terrell Jenkins, who just came in, and then he throws it away. The pass could just not be handled by Tyron Ridgely. Tyron Ridgely angry at himself as Shoshone's going to get a chance to go up now. Underneath their basket is Alex Mills. That's 5 seconds. They're going to call it. 5-second violation by Alex Mills and Shoshone on the inbound pass. You don't see that very often anymore. Most coaches call a timeout.
Great defense.
Caden Lone Dog over to Steven. Steven dribbles around to the top of the key, hands it off to Tyron Ridgely. Ridgely now goes into the paint, gets blocked up, and bounces it off the foot of a Shoshone player. Turnover. Now Braxton Mills driving, only got one guy in front of him. Bounces on the baseline to Quentin Clark. Great fake by Quentin.
That was sweet.
That was
Braxton
a nice
Mills.
player. And that was Quentin Clark with the points, but Braxton Mills with the great pass behind the back of 2 St. Stephen's players. And now Caden Lone Dog on the right side, far side wing, gives it back out to Terrell. Caden wants to take the 3, you can see it, but he dribbles inside. And now back out to Tyndall. Tyndall for 3, no good. And rebounded by Alex Mills. 2:30 to go in this second quarter. It's 24-22 Shoshone. And reach in there by Cyrus Tyndall, I'm sorry. Tyndall, that's going to be his second.
Just couldn't stand it. He had to reach in on Mills, and that sends a very good free throw shooter with a chance to grow this lead to 4 with 2:24 to play first half. Alex Mills, very good free throw shooter. He'll hit the first.
Shot is up and good, you're right. Mills, a 65% free throw shooter. That leads the team, as he has the second most free throw attempts as well. Second one up, bounces around, but it's good. That makes it a 26-22 ball game. Shoshone, 2:22 to go. Caden Lone Dog with the ball. He's going to try and penetrate, puts up a shot, no good, but he draws the foul.
Yeah, nice drive there by Lone Dog. And the foul on Jarvis.
That's his third. So now Fike and Jarvis both have 3 fouls. This is becoming a little reminiscent of the Wind River game last night.
Short bench.
Yeah, 2 starters with foul trouble. They're going to put in 25, Morgan Neal, as Caden Lone Dog's first shot is up and good. His first points of this second quarter. He had 5 in that first.
Yeah, it's a real short bench for Shoshone. They only play right at 7 players.
Caden Lone Dog's second shot up. Nothing but net. And Caden Lone Dog now with 7 points. Alex Smith dribbles across the timeline, gives it off to Alex Mills. Alex Smith.
You're in the NFL, dude.
Yeah, Braxton Mills dribbles, gets it back outside to Neal, who just came in the game. Long 3, no good. Rebounded by Cannon Campbell, but stolen away by Stephon Lone Dog.
Campbell's in all kinds of pain with that left shoulder.
You can see it, yeah, he keeps reaching for it. Caden Lone Dog gonna dribble, gets the little pick and roll he needs. Shot is no good from 8 feet out, and out of bounds, last touched by St. Stephen's. Coach Jenkins saying that Quentin Clark might have touched it last. Coach Jenkins does not have any trouble yelling at the refs. He did it all day yesterday.
His voice is so deep, though, it's hard to hear what he says.
Yeah, when you get him for an interview, he almost whispers without meaning to. I think it's because he yells all game. Braxton Mills dribbles around at the top of the key. He gets fouled as he tries to drive. And Mills fouled by number 15. That's going to be Steven Lone Dog. That's his first. That's going to send Braxton Mills to the line.
With Braxton Mills and Quentin Clark being asked to step up big time for the Shoshone Wranglers.
First shot up, no good. Rebounded by St. Stephen's. Braxton Mills now 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Tyron Ridgely tries to drive, gets blocked out by 3 players, throws the ball, and 2 different Eagles had a chance at it, but no good. That's going to be their 4th turnover of this second quarter. 1:23 to go, 26-24. Shoshone, it's been a tight game back and forth. Plenty of lead changes, plenty of ties. Braxton Mills gets the ball at the top of the key. Quentin Clark slips and falls. It looked like that's where he wanted to go with it. Now Alex Mills on the left wing gets it out to Clark at the top. Back over to Neal. Neal gets it back out to Cannon Campbell. He is having trouble with that left elbow. Just the passes, you can tell, aren't there. Alex Mills gets the ball back out on the right wing. He puts up a 3-pointer, and that's nothing but net.
Wow, what a shot by Alex Mills. And now the lead is 5 for Shoshone.
And quickly on the other side, St. Stephen's throws the ball away. Baseline pass just wasn't there, and Coach Jenkins going to call a timeout. Desperately needed. Timeout, 43.3 seconds to go, 29-24. Shoshone ball. We'll be back right after this.
And blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WYDOT.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Coming back in the middle of the action, Steven Lone Dog had a reach-in foul, and that sends Braxton Mills back to the line, where he goes 1 for 1 right now. Makes it a 30-24 game with just over 30 seconds left in this first half. Braxton Mills, second shot up, and nothing but net there. He's now 3 for 4 on the night. St. Stephen's, the momentum was in their favor, and now it is not. Tyron Ridgely dribbling up to the timeline, across up to the top of the key. Some fancy footwork gets him up against Neal. He tries to spin through some players, might have walked, but he gets the shot off, and
Wow.
it's good.
What a move by Ridgely.
Yeah, and that's only his 4th points of the game. He's a huge factor for this team. 8 seconds to go, and Mills can hear it. Mills behind the back, gets to the top of the key. He might have walked as well. He gets it inside to Quentin Clark, goes up for the layup, and a foul on number 20, Terrell Jenkins. Jenkins put his hands up, but his body pushed Quentin Clark way out of the way. And with 0.7 seconds left, I'm sure Coach Jenkins wanted them to just let him try that layup. It was a little behind the backboard. It would have been a nice shot by Clark. Instead, he gets the clock stopped for some free throws. First one is up, no good. Quentin Clark with 6 points in this quarter. He's looking for number 7 to make it a 6-point game before halftime. It's up, and it's way short this time. Rebounded by Clark, but it won't matter. So after the first 16 minutes of play, it's 31-26. St. Stephen's down, but not out. We'll be back with our halftime show right after this.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
When you think about wellness, do you think about long walks, nutrition, having a personal trainer? No matter what your idea of wellness looks like, you can find yourself at Gotchi Gym. Their 1,900 square foot facility makes them one of the largest gyms open to the public in Wyoming. Be the best version of yourself with state-of-the-art equipment from senior to strongman. Take advantage of having a bistro on site as well as a certified NASM personal trainer. Take the first step in reaching your goals. Gotchi Gym. Gotchi Rehabilitation is always looking for new team members. See more at gotchi.org.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Welcome back to halftime here at Wolverine Gymnasium. We got a good game going on. It's 31-26 Shoshoni over St. Stephen's right now. And I heard we have an overtime game in Cody. 42-42 Riverton and Cody boys, and those Riverton boys looking for that number one seed. If you missed it earlier, Lander Tigers, if they had won, would get the 1 seed next week at the 3A regional tournament, and instead they lost today to Lyman 56-51, I believe was the score.
56-53.
Well, yes, yeah, and that knocked out any chance of a 1 seed for Lander. Very similar to the way that they ended the football season, as they had to win their last game and they would get the number 1 seed, but they lost to Douglas. And so Lander just not doing well at the end of seasons. It'll be a fun time in Mountain View. I'll be there next week with Ernie. But let's get back to this game. Cody, what really surprised you about both teams that you saw?
Well, I think what I wasn't surprised about first was Trey Fike got in foul trouble, and it hurt Shoshoni. Even though Shoshoni takes a 31-26 lead, Alex Mills has got to play about 130% of his capacity when Fike's out of the game. But the big surprise was the emergence of Quentin Clark. Braxton Mills was big in the first half. Cannon Campbell showed tons of heart and amazing pain tolerance, because he's got a separated shoulder, and every time somebody touches him in the shoulder, it hurts. But I'll tell you, on the other side, this St. Stephen's team, they play with a lot of heart, and it's fun to watch. I'm not a big fan of their uniforms, but it's fun to watch. And now, you know, the players work their way out. Tyron Ridgely goes over and hangs out with family members. You know, it's just a different atmosphere when St. Stephen's plays. It's real family-oriented, and, you know, it's going to be a fun second half, because St. Stephen's isn't done by a long stretch.
Oh, no, and they were down by 9 yesterday to Rocky Mountain at halftime. They came back, and at the end of the third quarter, it was a 2-point deficit, and they ended up coming back. And thanks to a big foul out by Ben Simmons, I'm not going to lie, that helped. That led to St. Stephen's winning in dramatic fashion yesterday. Not as dramatic as the overtime win for Wind River, but still just as fun of a game over there. And St. Stephen's, you're not lying, they not only play with heart, they play with a lot of gritty, sticky defense. They will get in between you and the ball, and they will make sure that you are frustrated at the top of the key. They don't want you even thinking about going into the paint. let's get to some stats here as we're about halfway through halftime. For your Shoshone Wranglers, they had 12 points in that first quarter. They were outscored 13-12 by St. Stephen's, but then they outscored the Eagles 19-13 in that second. Alex Mills leads all scorers with 12. Aiden Jarvis with 3 fouls has 3 points. Trey Fike with 3 fouls has 5 points. Quentin Clark, you're right, he's had a big impact on this game. He has 6 points, all of them in that second quarter. Braxton Mills with 5. He had 3 free throws in that second quarter, and that is all of the Shoshone scores. As far as St. Stephen's, they've got 5 players in scoring as well. Caden Lone Dog with 5 in the first quarter, 2 free throws in the second. He has 7 total. Angel Monroe really dominating underneath the basket that first quarter. He went kind of quiet in the second. He's got 4 points. Stephen Lone Dog only 2 points for the guy that really took this team and put him on his back yesterday in the wind. Lawrence Jenkins with 3 fouls has 9 points. And Tyron Ridgely, the leading scorer for this team with 16.1 points per game, only has 2 through that first half. That might be the most surprising stat of the game so far.
All right, let's go over some matchups real quick. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll go over matchups here and going into the final day of this 2A West Regional.
Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, community health centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment. Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
Matchups going into tomorrow. First in the boys bracket at 9:30 tomorrow morning from Riverton Middle School, it will be Kemmer taking on the loser of this game, either St. Stephen's or Shoshone. And man, it's tough to come back right after a big game, especially a late night game, and they'll play at 9:30 tomorrow morning against Kemmer. Kemmer, they're a good basketball team. It'll be Grable and Wyoming Indian at 9:30 here at Riverton High School. In girls action at 8 a.m., it will be Kemmer and Wind River with a battle for a state tournament berth. And the Shoshone Lady Blue move on, and they'll face, they face Big Piney tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Those are your early day matchups. Hey, that's going to be all the time we have, but Big Piney, Shoshone in girls basketball, Wind River and Kemmer in girls basketball, and Grable and Wyoming Indian. Loser of this game will play Kemmer in loser out play. Those loser out games tomorrow for a trip to Casper.
Yeah, and that Casper State Tournament is going to have some great teams from Fremont County. We were just talking about it. We might have more Fremont County teams than we can handle in Casper next week after their performances this weekend. The Wind River boys just dominating. These two teams on the court here both have a chance of winning big this weekend and next. Quickly, inbound pass to Caden Lone Dog, who gets a nice bounce pass underneath to Tyron Ridgely. That's his first point since the first quarter. That was a great look by Caden Lone Dog on the assist. Now Shoshone dribbles it across the timeline. Trey Fike is back in the game with 3 fouls. Gets it off to Campbell. Campbell now to Mills, who drives inside, puts up a layup, and they're going to say he's fouled. He came in at a very weird angle.
Yeah, Alex knocked to the ground on that.
Yeah, 32, Tyron Ridgely, that's his second. There's 2 or 3 players on this St. Stephen's team you really don't want to foul out, and one of them has 3 fouls in Lawrence Jenkins as Alex Mills' first shot no good. The other one is Tyron Ridgely, leads the team in points, and he currently has 2 now. Alex Mills up and good for the second one. He now has 13 points, and St. Stephen's wasting no time. They're going fast pressure, fast pace into the paint, and a turnaround jumper for Lawrence Jenkins is good. Boy, he had a couple Shoshone players behind him thinking he was going to post up and go up. He turned around and shot it on him. And a pass by Alex Mills almost goes awry, but Trey Fike gets it on the right wing far side. Shoshone moving right to left on your radio dial. Fike has to get it back out to Mills. Alex Mills now at the top of the key to Braxton to the left. Braxton gets the pick and roll. He has to give it off to Jarvis. Jarvis's pass knocked out of the air and stolen. First turnover of the third quarter. Tyron Ridgely steals it, and he drives coast to coast, and he's going to knock 2 Shoshone players down, but they're going to call a foul.
Player control foul on Ridgely.
Just was waiting on the call, making sure. That's his second of this quarter already. Ridgely not doing what his coach wants him to do. 32-30 Shoshone. We're only a minute into this quarter. Alex Mills not facing any full court pressure. Gets it up to the half court line. Now he sees pressure by Cyrus Tyndall. Dribbles up to the free throw line. Almost double dribbles. Gets it off to Braxton Mills for 3, and it's good. Braxton Mills from the left wing. Mills to Mills is a dangerous concoction. Now Caden Lonedog going to pull up from NBA side 3, and no good. Airballed, saved by Cyrus Tyndall. And now it's going to go into the hands of Tyron Ridgely inside the paint. Gets it knocked out, way out, almost out of bounds. And now Tyndall going to drive the baseline, puts up a floater, no good. Rebounded by Shoshone. St. Stephen's had a lot of opportunities on that drive.
Boy, they did. 5 different shots. Back the other way, Shoshone leading by 5, and they'll lose the ball.
That's the second turnover now. Steal by Caden Lonedog, who dribbles and loses his dribble, almost goes out of bounds, corrals it himself. Gets out to Cyrus Tyndall. They're going to take a breath here as he calls some plays, dribbles between his legs, out to Stephon Lonedog for 3. Oh, no good, right off the front of the iron. The rebound by Braxton Mills, and a long football pass to Quentin Clark underneath the basket for 2. Quentin wanted an and 1 foul there, but he didn't get it. He streaked down that court faster than anyone, and now Tyron Ridgely just going to pull up from 3, no good. Rebounded by Tyndall, or now underneath to Tyndall. I'm sorry, it was rebounded by Stephon. And Tyndall going to get fouled on his layup underneath the basket. Foul on number 1, that's Alex Mills' first. And it's 37-30 quickly. St. Stephen's needs to get back in this action. They can do so with Tyndall's 2 free throws here. First one up and in and out. No good. Tyndall still scoreless on the night. He averages 9.1 points per game. Tyndall dribbling at the free throw line. Second shot is up and no good off the iron. And rebounded by St. Stephen's, but they knock it out of bounds. And it's going to be Shoshone ball. And man, you can see just glimpses of red and blue. All the Fremont County fans still here, even if these aren't their teams. Shoshone passes it over the timeline to Fike. Fike at the top of the key to Clark. Clark now on the left wing to Mills. Mills tries to drive inside. Nice pass over his head to Quentin Clark. Clark has been in the right place at the right time all day long. He's there again for another 2-pointer.
Great vision by Alex Mills.
Yeah, really good vision. Great assist there. It's what he's been doing since he was 5, his dad said, as Tyron Ridgely pulls up from 6 feet out. No good. Rebounded by Tyndall. That putback no good. Rebounded by Quentin Clark. And Shoshone's got numbers if they want it, but they're going to slow it down. Alex Mills almost gets the balls poked out. He ends up getting a pass inside to Clark, and this time Clark will get fouled on his shot.
What a great pass by Alex Mills, and Quentin Clark will shoot free throws.
Wow.
9-point game.
The 3 leading scorers, the 3 of the 4 leading scorers for St. Stephen's all have 3 fouls. Lawrence Jenkins, Cyrus Tyndall, and Tyron Ridgely all have 3, and we still have 4.5 minutes to go. 4 minutes and 45 seconds to be exact in this third quarter. First shot up and good for Quentin Clark. Makes it a 40-30 game, by far the largest lead by either team as it hits double digits. Second shot by Clark incoming. It's up and bounces around and no good. Boy, that hit every part of the rim that you could hit. And now Caden Lone Dog down on the right wing near side. Dribbles up against Braxton Mills, inside to Tyron Ridgely. Nice pass on the baseline down to Jenkins. Gets it back out for three, no good. And rebounded his own shot, did Stephen Lone Dog. And now he gets his layup inside, no good. No foul call, rebounded by Jenkins. Jenkins inside, rebounded by Ridgely. And how many shots can he get? Even Wakeland put his hands up and he goes, can't do anything about that.
Yeah, great hustle that time by the Eagles.
Yeah, all of them too. Every single player got a rebound there except for Stefan. Now Shoshoni quick with it over to the wing. Mills tries to drive, picks up his dribble, almost travels, passes it back out to Jarvis on the top of the key. He tries to penetrate, gets it out to Fike. Fike gets the screen, takes a step back, has to give it to Jarvis. This St. Stephen's defense is not letting them inside. Braxton Mills fakes the three, gets it back out to Alex Mills. He's stuck in between two players. He gets the ball inside to Quentin Clark, who loses it out of bounds.
Man, it is getting physical out there, and the referees, they're not blowing their whistles. They're letting them play.
And that's a great thing for this game. This game leads to a championship game tomorrow. And 40-32 is the score, 3:35 to go in this third quarter. St. Stephen's definitely not out of it. They're in foul trouble, but it won't matter to them. Stephen Lone Dog with the ball on the right wing, gets it out to Stefan. Stefan, long three, up off the front of the iron, no good. Almost gets his own rebound, instead gets landed on by Braxton Mills, and there's a foul. Foul on 15. And that's on Stephen Lone Dog. Wow, so 4 players now for St. Stephen's with 3 fouls. Alex Mills gets the inbound pass, just over 3 minutes. He dribbles up to the right wing, almost loses it. Bounce passes it back to Clark, now back to Mills, fakes a three. He drives inside the paint, puts up a right-hander, and it's good.
What a great move by Alex Mills.
Yeah, to get around Tyron Ridgely, who is not a small man by any means. And Ridgely now dribbles up to the top of the key. He drives, does his own little layup, way too hard off the glass though. No good, rebounded by Shoshoni. The cross-court pass, outlet down to Fike. Fike's gonna go all the way with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Shoshoni, and the putback leads to a foul. And all of the St. Stephen's players upset. That's gonna be Stephen Lone Dog's 4th.
Fouls on Lone Dog, his 4th. 5th team foul.
Wow, Stephen Lone Dog, the savior of yesterday's game. And Hicks gonna come in. He's the one that got fouled.
Yeah, he's going to shoot free throws. Oakley Hicks doing a nice job off the bench for Shoshoni.
Love the name Oakley. We're waiting here for something. Something happened with the police are over there on the bench.
Uh-oh.
And we know that these games get rowdy. St. Stephen's game yesterday was tense. They're going to call a timeout and put everyone over to the bench so there's no one that could even interfere. We're going to take that timeout with them. We'll be back. 42-32, 2:46 to go in this third quarter.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Heinz General Store has been the grocery store of choice for the Fort Washakie area since 1945. For this week's special, see their website at heinzgeneralstore.net. And for convenient shopping this winter, click on Heinz Online, download the app, and shop in the comfort of home. Schedule a convenient pickup time, and the team at Heinz General Store will do the rest. Heinz General Store is a proud sponsor of Wyoming Indian basketball. Let's go, Chiefs! WyoGlass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. WyoGlass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. WyoGlass is Lander.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Welcome back. 2:46 to play, third quarter, and we had a fan go down on the other side. They're actually trying to get the person some cool air, and now they help the person down, and she's being helped off the floor. That's Layla Seabearing.
I was just about to say, that looked like a Wyoming Indian Lady Chief. They were fanning her off. Maybe she was hot, but I don't know why she would. We're not going to speculate. But
no, we can't speculate on it, but Layla Seabearing, I think she fell down, and she's been battling a knee injury.
I was just about to say, she just came back from injury. That's where all the Chiefs players are over there, so that would make sense.
So Oakley Hicks going to step to the line. 2:46 to play in the third. They're going to have to wipe up some moisture.
Yeah, I think they were trying to maybe pour some water on her or something, but water got everywhere over there.
Yeah, she might have had a drink in her hand. Who knows? We get surrounded so quickly we didn't really see what happened, but...
yeah, first we thought it might have been a fight, then it was quickly realized that it wasn't. So Hicks back to the game. Oakley Hicks at the free throw line. First shot up, no good.
2:46 to play in the third. It's a 10-point lead for Shoshone, 42-32.
If you're just now joining us, these two teams met just about 3 weeks ago. Shoshone won by 2. Second shot by Oakley Hicks, no good. Rebounded by St. Stephen's. Oakley Hicks 0 for 2 as soon as he came in. He plays some great defense, though. And now Caden Lone Dog at the top of the key, over to Stefan. Stefan out to Angel Monroe. Monroe in the game for one of the 4 players with 3 fouls. Caden Lone Dog, long, high pass inside to Lawrence Jenkins, and he gets the shot and one. Foul on number 11, Quentin Clark. Lawrence Jenkins with a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play again. He had one of these in the second quarter. Shot is up and bounces around, no good. Rebounded by Shoshone. Alex Mills dribbles it across the timeline. Mills over to Braxton Mills. Now over to Hicks. Hicks to the left wing to Alex Mills. That's his favorite spot, going up against a much smaller Stefan Lone Dog. Tyron Ridgely almost got caught with the reach in there. He blocks up at the top of the key, and now over to Braxton Mills for 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebounded, tipped around. Oakley Hicks gets it. He gets his shot blocked, and now Fike gets the rebound, and he puts up a putback, and he's fouled. I didn't see the foul on Fike. He went up. Not very many people were around him. Was that number 13?
13.
And that's going to be Stefan Lone Dog's second. And 6 team fouls already for St. Stephen's. One more, and they're going to go to 1-and-1s for Shoshone. Fike, first shot up and good.
How many points do you have tonight?
He's already got 6. He does have 3 fouls. We see Alita Moss, Coach Moss coming out. Fike going up and second shot up and good. Now he has 7. Tyron Ridgely passes it off to Caden Lone Dog. Crosses the timeline. Caden on the left wing. Trying to find something, down 10. 44-34 with 1:40 to go. Inside look down the baseline, and Tyron Ridgely puts up a shot with 3 Shoshone players with their hands up. It gets partially blocked and now rebounded by Shoshone. Now to Fike on the right wing. Gets a screen by Quentin Clark. He goes inside. Ball stolen away on the bounce pass. And now Caden Lone Dog going to dribble coast to coast. He runs into his own player. Gets it off to Jenkins for 2. Long 2 is no good. Rebounded by Fike. Fike over to Alex Mills. Mills dribbles around to the left wing, near side. Over to Braxton Mills on the right wing. Now up top to Oakley Hicks. Fike gets the ball back out to Clark. They're just playing around the key, waiting for someone to get open. Alex Mills now drives, penetrates back out to Braxton Mills. And 45 seconds to go in this game. Bad pass by Alex Mills leads to a turnover. And they got one-on-one here. Tyron Ridgely going to go up for the easiest 2 of his life. And it's good. and it makes it a 36-44 game. I heard whistles. I don't see why, but 44-36, 40.2 seconds to go. Long pass to Braxton Mills, gets inside the paint, almost walks, gets it back out to Fike. Both Mills brothers back and forth. Now Alex tries to go, can't. Gets it over to Braxton Mills on the right wing, far side. Hicks with the ball at the top of the key, 20 seconds. St. Stephen's does not want them to take this last shot. Alex Mills gonna put up the three from the top of the key, no good. Rebounded by Fike. Fike up for a little 5-foot floater, no good. Rebounded this time by Caden Lone Dog. Multiple bodies hit the floor. We'll see who the foul is on. Foul gonna be on 32. Blue. That is Oakley Hicks's first. Multiple numbers on both. And 7.9 seconds to go in this game. St. Stephen's gonna roll the ball in the inbound pass. Down by 8, Tyron Ridgely takes it to the top of the key, does a little fancy footwork, goes inside the paint, gets it into the layup, and good at the end of it. He had 8 points in that quarter, and at the end of 3, it's 44-38. Shoshone. We'll be back with the final quarter of play here from Riverton High School.
Carpet One, because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
Welcome back, 44-38. We're in the middle of the action. Shoshone gets the ball to Jarvis, who came in the game, now over to Fike, to Clark at the top of the key. Alex Mills, I believe, has played every minute of this game. He has his pass blocked as another turnover for Shoshone leads to Tyron Ridgely at the top of the key. He dribbles into the paint, stops, gives it back out to Jenkins. Jenkins for 2 on the layup, no good. Rebounded by Shoshone. Mills stopped at the half-court line, has to give it off to Braxton. Little crazy passing here to Quentin Clark inside the paint, no good. Rebounded by St. Stephen's. And now Caden Lone Dog down by 6, 44-38. Caden Lone Dog just gonna drive, gives it off to Stefan, his shot blocked.
That's good play by Trey Fike.
That really was, he never lost track of the ball there. Stefan Lone Dog, the shortest player on the court, doesn't mean much. Quentin Clark gets a nice pass inside, puts up a shot, blocked right back into his hands. And as he was walking around, they call a timeout, Shoshone does.
That blocked shot by Lawrence Jenkins. Timeout on the floor, 6:49 to play. It's Shoshone 44, St. Stephen's 38. We'll be back after a break. This is, Fremont County basketball, 2A West Regional semifinal from Riverton High School.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
From the field to the court to the pool and beyond, Fremont County athletes give their blood, sweat, and tears for their teammates and community. Why compromise that with alcohol or marijuana? Help your athlete make the most of their playing time by avoiding the dangers and impact that substance use can have on their performance and future. For more resources and information, visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
Thank you, 38-44. Shoshone in the lead right now, 6-point lead, and it's been back and forth. The largest lead has been Shoshoni by 10, and we're 1 minute and 10 seconds into this fourth quarter, and it's still 44-38. Mills, long, deep pass from the inbound underneath the basket to Fike. Now back out to Braxton Mills, who has to dribble to the top of the key. Clark over to Fike on the right side, far side wing, right in front of the Wyoming Indian Chiefs teams, both of them, as they watch to see who they will have to play tomorrow. And now Quentin Clark gets the ball inside over to Braxton Mills for three, no good. Rebounded by St. Stephen's. St. Stephen's runs into themselves under the basket, but they get it out across the timeline. Caden Lone Dog on the right wing. No one's really guarding him. Could have thought about a three. Nice little bounce pass into Ridgely. Ridgely uses his shoulder, gets in, and the ball banks off the backboard, and it's good. Ridgely's 12th points of the game. 44-40, 6 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. This game was a close one we knew it was going to be. Alex Mills now has to dribble, penetrate, can't, gets it back out. Now Braxton Mills thought about another three, gives it to Jarvis instead. Fike drives the baseline, puts up the layup, and it's good.
Great move by Trey Fike.
Yeah, he saw no one on the left side of the wing, and he just got all the way down there. Caden Lone Dog trying to do the same thing here. He does, puts up a shot, no good. Called a foul, though, first. And that is going to be a shooting foul on number 11, Quentin Clark, his second.
Fouls on Clark, his second.
Less fouls in these last two quarters than there was in the first.
Yeah, they haven't been calling much, Sean.
Still a lot of foul trouble for St. Stephen's. Caden Lone Dog's first shot up and off the back of the iron, no good. He has not scored since shooting some free throws in the second quarter. They need more production out of people not named Lawrence Jenkins and Tyron Ridgely. They were the only ones to score in that third quarter.
Cannon Campbell going to replace Quentin Clark.
See if Campbell's arm is any better.
5:34 to play.
And second shot, no good. Back of the iron as well. Both hit the exact same spot. Typically you try and correct. Now Alex Mills dribbles all the way down to the baseline. Nice shot, nice block by number 22, Jenkins. And it gets the ball to St. Stephen's down 6 with just over 5 minutes to go. Tyron Ridgely drives all the way inside, gives it off to Jenkins. Little turnaround jumper, and it's good. Jenkins, a nice shot, knowing where he was. Great vision. Alex Mills now tries to go up against Caden Lone Dog. They call the foul on a reach. That's going to be Lone Dog's second.
Man, this game going to go down to the wire, Sean.
It definitely
5:04
might.
to play. 4-point lead for Shoshoni, and Alex Mills is tired.
I have not seen him take a single break during the action.
He hasn't. It's played all the way.
And 1-and-1's first shot for Alex Mills is good. Yes, again, St. Stephen's in foul trouble. Technically 7 fouls already in this half. So every foul after this is going to lead to a 1-and-ones, both of them good for Alex Mills, makes it a 6-point lead, 48-42. 17 points for Alex Mills. Caden Lone Dog on the left wing, far side. Tries to dribble up, gives it back out to Angel Monroe at the top. Monroe directing traffic, gets it to Caden on the right wing. Now inside, a high pass to Jenkins. Jenkins turnaround jumper, no good. Rebounded by Monroe, and the easy putback, no good. Monroe overthought it, overshot it, and it's rebounded by Shoshoni. 4:35 to go, Shoshoni up 6. Alex Mills crosses the timeline. Gives it off to Fike. Fike waiting for someone to streak open. Fike dribbles, gets into the paint, has to give it back out to Jarvis. Jarvis now to Mills. Mills at the free throw line. And he gets the ball stolen away by Caden Lone Dog. Caden Lone Dog all by himself, gonna go up for the 2. No good, but he's fouled by Fike. That's gonna be 4 for Fike. Smart foul by Fike there. He doesn't care if he fouls out. He's got one more until that's a thing, though. And Caden Lone Dog, who was just at the line and missed 2, gonna go up for 2 more here. Try and make it a 4-point game with 4:13 to go. First one up and good. Final in Cody. Riverton loses in overtime, 49-44.
Wow.
Caden Lone Dog's second shot up and good. So a 4-point lead for Shoshoni with just over 4 minutes to go in the fourth. Bunch of fours all around. Trey Fike at the top of the key gets the screen that he wants. Gives it off to Braxton Mills. Thought about a three. Instead, he drives to the paint. And that's Jarvis, not Mills. And another turnover. That ball stolen by Caden Lone Dog again. And now a Euro step up. No good. Oh, but it's rebounded by Ridgely. Also no good. Boy, 2 easy layups there for St. Stephen's. Both no good. And Alex Mills gets the ball knocked out of bounds on the drive up. Boy, that was as easy as you could get him.
St. Stephen's really close to getting right in this game, and they just missed a couple bunnies there.
They get in their own way every now and then. That's led to a lot of close losses, including the loss against Shoshoni on February 3rd. Ball inbounded. Braxton Mills, or Jarvis, I'm sorry, goes all the way up into the paint. No good. And that was Fike. I apologize, not Jarvis. I can't see over the tall Mr. Wakeland.
Foul on Ridgely.
Coach Wakeland, possibly the tallest person in this building.
Oh, easily.
And yes, Tyron Ridgely's fourth. It's going to send Fike to the line. He went 2 for 4 in those first 3 quarters from the line. Dribbles it. First shot up. Off the back of the iron, no good. And yeah, you said easily. I think Wakeland's at least 7'1", and he's standing directly in my way. Fike at the free throw line for the second shot. Up. Good. He's now 3 for 6. At least he's consistent. As Tyron Ridgely gets the ball, crosses the timeline, dribbles up against Jarvis. Little step back, 2 is good. Wow, that looked like a professional player there. He just juked out Trey Fike. And now Alex Mills on the right wing, far side. He's blocked up. Almost a bad pass, but a foul first. And that might be Caden Lone Dog.
It is on Lone Dog.
That's his third. You can hear St. Stephen's fans around us. They did not like the call. Quentin Clark going to come in for Aiden Jarvis for Shoshone. And at the line is Alex Mills. Mills only missed 1 all night. I jinxed him. He missed that one. Rebounded by St. Stephen's, down 3 with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Tyron Ridgely gets the 3. He's going to put it up. Oh, airballed. And tried to save by Monroe there, but couldn't happen there. And Tyron Ridgely, the long 3, airballed it. That is what they needed. If that had gone in, this place would have erupted. I wonder if he would have taken his time, if they would have found something a little better. Alex Mills dribbles across the timeline, just under 3 minutes to go. Gives it off to Braxton. Braxton to Quentin. Quentin back out to Mills on the left wing. Now at the top to Cannon Campbell in the bright pink shoes. Clark at the top gives it, they're just going around the key trying to find something. Braxton Mills between his leg. He's got sticky defense all around him. Gets it inside to Fike. Fike fakes out 2 players, puts up the little 3-foot floater, no good. And the rebound tipped out of bounds by Cannon Campbell of Shoshone.
Yeah, it goes off. Cannon Campbell, he tried to hit a St. Stephen's player and did not.
And now Caden Lone Dog with 3 fouls, dribbles up the timeline, goes to the top of the key. Nice bounce pass inside to Jenkins, but he gets swallowed up by Shoshone. Now inside to Ridgely, going up against 3 players, puts it up and it's good. Tyron Ridgely, his 6th point of this quarter alone. It's a 49-48 lead for Shoshone, just over 2 minutes, and it's getting loud in here. Fike to Quentin Clark, over to Braxton Mills. Back out to Cannon Campbell at the top. Alex Mills gonna quick fire 3.
Wow!
What a 3 by Mills. Now it's back up to a 4-point lead. St. Stephen's still got that momentum. Tyron Ridgely going inside. He gets the ball knocked away. Turnover. And Mills gonna go coast to coast and misses the layup, but it's rebounded by Clark. Clark puts it in. And they're gonna call a timeout to stop the bleeding.
No, Shoshone takes the timeout. Alex Mills might be injured.
Mills' hand did hit the backboard. I heard it. And that timeout by Shoshone comes at 1:38 to go in this 4th quarter. 6-point lead for Shoshone, 54-48. We'll be back on 99.1 KWYW right after this.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's.
Welcome back. 54-48, 98 seconds to go in this game. Shoshone leading by 6. St. Stephen's with the ball. They have 9 fouls. So next one going to lead to a double bonus. Inbound pass to Caden Lone Dog. Stefan hurries down to the court. Caden at the top of the key, dribbles around Cannon Campbell in between his legs. Step back, tries to give it back into Jenkins. Ball turned over, but given back to Tyron Ridgely. And now Cannon Campbell going to be called with that one for sure. Campbell, that's his first foul. He hasn't played a whole lot of memorable moments here. He did have a shoulder injury in that first quarter.
This is where the football training kicks in, though, for Campbell in a game like this.
Definitely. The conditioning is big for the Shoshone team. They all played football this past fall. Caden Lone Dog over to Ridgely at the top of the key, now on the right wing. He dribbles inside, gets it to Jenkins. Jenkins layup no good, but a foul on Shoshone as he went up with it.
It's going to go on Braxton Mills.
Yes, it is.
1:13 to play, 6-point lead for Shoshone.
That's going to lead to 2 shots for Lawrence Jenkins. He's 1 for 2 tonight. First one up and good. And he's got 16 points tonight. We were just talking about Alex Mills. He's giving it everything he's got. He's got 20 points right now. Second shot up and good for Jenkins. Makes it a 4-point lead again for Shoshone. 70 seconds to go. Shoshone dribbles across the timeline. He gets stopped up by the out-of-bounds line, ends up giving it to Braxton. Braxton Mills almost turns it over, tries to dribble around, a little reach in, no call. Back out to Alex Mills, and finds a streaking Trey Fike, and nothing easier than that for Trey Fike. Fike, the open lane, makes it a 6-point lead. Ridgely for 3, off the back of the iron, no good. Rebounded by St. Stephen's. Angel Monroe gonna go in, and that's another easy 2 there for Angel Monroe, his 6 points. And the inbound pass almost stolen away, tipped out of bounds by St. Stephen's. This sticky defense of St. Stephen's is going to have to do some damage in this last 35 seconds.
Good ball game.
Great ball game. Coach Mills, both Coach Mills right behind where they're inbounding the ball. Coach Mills' girls won today, and now a timeout by St. Stephen's. They're going to try and call a play or draw something up. We'll call it with them. 56-52, 35.7 to go in this 4th and final quarter.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Welcome back. I got some good news for some Wind River fans. Both Bornhoff sisters have just won in Gillette at the state wrestling tournament. And that's not surprising when you know Molly and Annabeth Bornhoff. They are born to wrestle. And Wyatt Tremblay, also a great day on the mats, as well as Hunter Velarde for Lander. Just a lot of Fremont County players doing their best on the mats out in the wrestling tournament. Now back to this game, inbound pass to Alex Mills. Gets it back out to Braxton. Braxton and them facing full court pressure. Get it across the timeline to Trey Fike.
26 seconds to play.
They're not fouling, and now they're gonna make them foul as they go all the way back to the half court line, and that foul looks like it's gonna be on Caden Lone Dog. It's gonna send Alex Mills to the line. I don't get why they didn't foul either Braxton Mills or Quentin. They waited, and that is a foul on Caden Lone Dog. Alex Mills, not the guy I would foul if I were St. Stephen's. 20.1 seconds to go. Alex Mills could make this a 6-point game.
Double bonus time for Mills.
First one up, no good. And wow, 20 seconds left. There's still life in this St. Stephen's team. Mills' second shot up. And again, no good. Still remains a 4-point game. Tyron Ridgely just gonna pull up a 3. Oh, no good, rebounded by Shoshoni, and that should probably do it. 11.9 seconds. And Trey Fike gonna go to the line for the double bonus. I believe that's gonna be Jenkins.
Crowd leaving.
Yeah. And no, it's gonna be on number 5, Angel Monroe.
It's not over yet.
Definitely not. We've seen crazier comebacks, but you could definitely see St. Stephen's fans not gonna wait for this final.
Yeah, they're rushing to the door here. Pretty crazy.
There is a lot of cars in the parking lot, though, so if you can beat the traffic, I would as well. Fike's first shot up. Good.
Two-possession game.
Can't wait to talk to Coach Wakeland after this. Trey Fike's second shot with 11.9 is up and good. And St. Stephen's now down by 6.
It's going to be a 30-second timeout taken by Shoshone. 11.9 seconds to play. We'll keep it here as the crowd heading for the exits by the dozens.
Yeah, and we'll give you some stats here just from this quarter. Alex Mills has a 3-ball and 2 free throws. He has 5 points. Trey Fike has 4. He has 7 points, including 3 from the free throw line. Quentin Clark has 2. This quarter alone, Tyron Ridgely has 6. Lawrence Jenkins has 4. And both Angel Monroe and Caden Lone Dog have 2. This game has gotten kind of out of hand for St. Stephen's on the defensive end. They've been putting up a lot of threes. Obviously, they feel like they need to, but man, if they had just stuck under the basket with Ridgely a couple times, I wonder if this game wouldn't be closer.
Officials actually called timeout to let the crowd get off the floor.
Someone threw up at the entrance of the Riverton High School, so they're cleaning it up. That's why.
Way too much information, Sean O'Brate.
Sorry, someone vomited over there by the... So while we wait for that, I gave you the stats. We'll take this timeout with them now that we know how long it's going to take. We'll be back. 58-52, 11.9 to go in this fourth quarter.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Hey there, how's your day going? Frustrating. My car's check engine light came on and they can't take it in till next week. And then Max, our Rottweiler, chewed up my glasses and I'm going to have to wait at least a week to get another pair. It seems you have to wait for everything important.
I know the feeling. Some things seem to take forever to get done.
Forgot to ask, how's your day?
I had to take my daughter into the clinic to have her arm looked at.
Let me guess. You had to wait to get an appointment. What was it, 1 week, 2 weeks?
Same day.
What? Same day?
We go to Hot Springs Health. They offer same-day appointments at all their clinics. Riverton, Shoshone, Thermopolis, Worland, and Basin. You just call the clinic and you have an appointment in a matter of minutes. It's easy and so convenient.
Wow, so Hot Springs Health actually values our time? Thanks for the advice. Now if I could only get a same-day appointment for Max. He hasn't been the same since he ate my glasses. He keeps running around and making a spectacle of himself.
For more information or directions, please visit hotspringshealth.com, your hub of healthcare in the Basin.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing.
Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Welcome back. After an extended timeout by the refs, it's looking like the mess has been pretty much cleaned up. Big props to Christina Mills, Max Mills as well from Shoshoni. They grabbed a mop and some towels. They're over there helping the Riverton High School staff. It's been a long day, Cody. You've been here all day. I've been here all day. I've had some moments in between where I didn't have to be here, though. You have had to be here.
Yeah, it's 14 and a half hours for me, but 11.9 seconds to play. It's weird how this game's getting delayed, but, the loser's got to come back and play at 9:30 in the morning
12
at the middle school. You're going to have that game.
Yeah.
Either way.
I'm excited for that game. Yeah, I'll be at all the middle school games in the morning. Cody will be at the games here in the high school. Be sure to follow WYO Today's Facebook page as we'll post the updated schedule as well as which radio stations to call or to look for the call.
You'll have Shoshone girls at 8 a.m. and then the Kimmer, probably St. Stephen's game at 9:30 from the Riverton Middle School.
Inbound pass coming. Tyron Ridgely, they're down by 6. He's going to have to dribble fast across the timeline. He's going to put up a long three. Bank, no good. Rebounded by Shoshone. That's probably going to do it as Alex Mills holds off. And the final of the last game in the semifinals, Shoshone 58, St. Stephen's 52. We'll tally up some stats here. We'll come back with our Click It or Ticket postgame show here on 99.1 KWYW.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you.
For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, and in advanced medical technologies, so access to better care is closer to home.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions along